Hello, everybody. It's the Gaming Optimist. Today I'm talking about Spider-Man for the PS1. I beat this one. It's my favorite superhero, guys. What can I say? After Doctor, after Doctor, after Doctor Otto Octavius's experiment is stolen by an imposter Spidey, Spider-Man gives chase, but the city has been filled with a poisonous gas and symbiotes start attacking. Plus, a handful of the spider's old foes are wreaking havoc. It's up to our amazing, spectacular, ultimate hero to get to the bottom of this and clear his name. Awesome gameplay, great story, kick-ass villains. This game has still got it. I love Spider-Man. This should be known by now, so you already know how much I love this game. Um, I'm positive there is a Spider-Man game out there that I hate, that I despise, that I cannot stand. I've yet to play one though, like that. I'm very much, I was very much a Mortal Kombat apologist and a Spider-Man apologist. So I actually like the Amazing films, even though their writing was terrible and some of the decisions they made was pretty awful. Um, but this game's great. The poisonous gas serves as a great way to explain like why can't you go through the city? Like why can't you do that? Why is this not an open world game? You know, why can't you go up to on street level? You know, Spider Man swings throughout the entire city skylines. He's flipping around. You know what's the deal with that? Poisonous gas. He'll die. Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay, and then yeah, I don't know how many flipping villains are in this and characters. In the very first level, going from rooftop to rooftop, you're going to PlayStation. PlayStation game. 2000. My stomach. Oh. Yeah, Eddie Brock tries to take pictures of the Daily Bugle, but the imposter shatters his camera and arrays the Venom symbiote resurfaces inside Brock, and he vows vengeance against Spider-Man. Meanwhile, the real Spider-Man who witnessed the incident is Peter Parker, is held responsible for the theft. Yada yada. Elsewhere, two unseen figures release dense amounts of mysterious fog from the hidden basins of the city, which quickly covers the streets. After meeting with Black Cat shows up. And she's like, "Hey, Spider." And it's like, the hell is Black Cat doing here? And at the time, I didn't know who Black Cat was. I was like, who's Black Catwoman? This is Marvel's version of Catwoman, which is, I think, true. I think it's like she's like a copy. Um, she is to Spider Man as Catwoman is to Batman. Not exactly, whatever. Basically the same shit. Um, Ish. In foiling a bank robbery by the Jade Syndicate, Spider Man is forced to save J. Jonah Jameson from Scorpion, which I think is a plot line in the comics. Scorpion wants to kill J. Jonah Jameson. Jameson put him in a suit, Matt Gargan in a Scorpion suit to kill Spider Man, I think. And so Scorpion hates J. Jonah Jameson for that. He defeats Scorpion only for an ungrateful Jameson to call the police on him. While trying to escape, Spider Man encounters Daredevil, who promises to spread the word about Spider Man's innocence. Yeah, he shows up, like, backflipping down, like, what's that called? Shooting star press. He's just like, lands, and he's just like, "Hey, Spider Man." He's like, "Hey, Daredevil. Hey, can you spread the word?" He's like, "Yeah, I got you." And it's like, "Oh, okay, cool." After evading a police chopper, Spider-Man reunites with Black Cat, who informs him of two new problems. Rhino is attacking a power plant, and Venom has kidnapped his wife, Mary Jane Parker, to lure out Spider-Man. Choosing to deal with Rhino first, Spider-Man and Black Cat defeat him and leave him for the police, but Black Cat gets badly wounded during the fight and is kidnapped by unknown assailants posing as paramedics. After encouragement from the Human Torch, Fantastic Four fame, and the Fantastic Four building is in the first level, I think, when you're going from rooftop to rooftop. Um, yeah, you're sitting by. I think you can even talk to him there, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, he's just like, "You got the Spider Man, go get him." It's like, oh, "Okay, thanks, Human Torch." Spider Man sets out to find Venom, only for Venom to instead find Spider Man and goad him, leading to a chase throughout the city. and eventually into Venom's hideout in the sewers. During his pursuit, Spider-Man encounters the Lizard, who is imprisoned by Venom after taking control of his lizard men, who attack Spider-Man at various points during the chase. I do love Venom too. I forgot who voices him in this game. He's like Parker, Spider-Man. It's like this great voice. Like it's almost a comedic take, like black comedy. And he's a black symbiote. It's really it's ingrained into my memory. There's like a boss fight in a very small, packed arena in an alleyway. Um, yeah, defeats Venom. To make amends to Spider-Man after learning he was framed, Venom offers to assist him and find the culprit, to which Spider-Man begrudgingly agrees. The two heads to the Daily Bugle. Whenever Spider-Man and Venom team up, it's fucking dope. And it needs to happen in the films. It needs to happen. Venom senses Carnage's presence nearby and leaves to find him. Left to investigate on his own, Spider-Man discovers an infestation of symbiotes in the building and clears them out before encountering the imposter Spider-Man revealed to be Mysterio in disguise. Mysterio, look at all these villains. On his way to Warehouse 65, where the hideout of Mysterio's employer is located, Spider-Man encounters the Punisher, whom he convinces about his innocence and in turn offers Spider-Man help with infiltrating the warehouse. Yeah, there's like a sniper, like a, what is that called? And you got him in your sights. It's a scope. It's a target. It's like following Spider-Man. You see the comic book Spider Sense, and he turns around, and he looks, he jumps out the way, and then I think he jumps out the way. He tracks him again, and he web. It's like, Punisher, stop. And Punisher's like, okay. It's like, oh my god, Punisher! Everyone's in this game. Yeah, so it's Dr. Octopus. Octavius explains that he faked his reform and that with the help of Carnage, who donated a symbiote to be cloned, he hopes to create a new world dominated by symbiotes under his rule. Later, Venom appears and takes on Carnage while Spider-Man fights Doc Ock. After both Doc Ock and Venom were defeated, Spider-Man fights Carnage and defeats him by sustaining him into a sonic bubble. Following his defeat, the Carnage symbiote is drained into the lower level and fuses with Doc Ock, creating Monster Ock, who's like and fucking terrifying. You go on this huge chase. You don't fight him. You go on this huge chase going away from him. Yeah, Spider-Man, unable to perform an effective battle, is chased by the monstrosity out of the self-destructing base until it's caught in one of the explosions, which removes the symbiote from Doc Ock's body. Spider-Man carries the unconscious Doc Ock to the surface, where they are salvaged by Captain America, Black Cat, and Venom. Captain America. All these cameos, dude. In the epilogue, at the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, Spider-Man is playing cards with Captain America, Daredevil, and the Punisher, while Black Cat and the Human Torch are dancing. Bless you. In prison, Mysterio, Rhino, Scorpion, and a Jade Syndicate thug are also playing cards, while an annoyed Octavius is banging his head against the cell bars. There is a wacky mode that I want to talk about. Because there were sequels. Oh, Game Boy Color, Spider-Man 2, The Sinister Six, served as an alternate continuation that followed the events of the Game Boy Color version. Instead, the game eventually got a true sequel titled Spider-Man 2 Intro Electro, released exclusively for the PlayStation, and a standalone sequel, Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace, for the Game Boy Advance exclusively. So there's like 3 different sequels, all of which are like the second version. You good, bro? Can I help you? Okay. Can I help you? Spider-Man 2000. What if mode? What if mode tells the same story. Okay, go back here. Oh, this is a what if walkthrough. Okay. What If Modes is the same story as the regular Spider-Man game, but with a few important differences. Certain things happen differently, but the main plotline remains the same. This guide will show you the differences. Some of them are quite funny. If you're a longtime Marvel Comics fan, you'll definitely like them. How do you win it? Whatever, whatever. Second warning, third warning. Not a warning. Also, under the headings of Did You Know, I've mentioned some of my favorite Easter eggs and hidden items. Get to the bank. The third building. The third building you get to is now the offices of Neversoft. Neversoft made the game. Forgot to mention that. Neversoft, who made Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, made this game as well. He was a secret character in THPS 2. Did you know the billboard on the first building you jump to is for Dr. Octavius and Omnitech Science Expo 2000? Did you know, looking back from the Neversoft building, you can see a Channel 5 billboard advertising a biography of Cletus Cassidy? There's another one a bit further on. The Watcher appears and gives his standard talk about what if things had been different. On the Fantastic Four building, where you normally find the first comic, you can talk to the Human Torch. He's a bit busy at the moment fighting the Mole Man, but you can meet up later at the usual place, Statue of Liberty. If you're quick enough, you can see him fly off. Comic location. Did you know on the right side of the handbook there's a little room? When you've thrown all three switches in one room, go into the room where the hostages are kept. There will be a black platform. Step on it and wait. Suddenly, Spidey will be dancing away on a disco platform with hostages running around the sides. You have to see this. I recommend doing it with the Peter Parker costume on. Didn't know about that one. In the bank vault where you put the bomb, graffiti reading "Hans was here" has appeared on the wall behind some of the gold. During the Stanley voiceover, Ghost Rider can be seen riding his flaming motorcycle up some of the building sides. I remember that, and I thought it was a Human Torch. When Scorpion and JJJ normally exchange their witty remarks, now Scorpion shouts Marco and JJJ shouts Polo. At one point, Scorpion shouts Marco and Spidey yells, "Fish out of water." That's right. So when you're going to get Scorpion, there's a meter. It's a timer with Scorpion's head going to JJJ's head, and it's shrinking. And he's like, "Jameson." And he's like, "No, Mac, leave me alone." And he's like, come out, wherever you are." And he's like doing that. So then, with the what if mode, it's like Marco Polo. When Scorpion breaks through the wall into JJJ's second office, he's yelling, "Here's Johnny." A large yellow and orange blimp can be seen directly ahead of the start. It's flashing the word Spider-Man. You can swing onto it. If you do, a new sub-level is loaded, consisting of just you, the blimp, and the police helicopter. The Silver Surfer flashes by at the beginning. If you wait long enough without dying, the balloon loses enough air to drop down low enough to web swing automatically to the next level. When climbing past the Wolverine poster, Spidey says, "Wonder if all Wolverine's bones are made out of adamantium." Um, At the start of this level, a distorted voice starts singing, "Worrying. This is meant to be Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries, apparently. It's from Apocalypse Now." On the billboard at the start of this level, a pumpkin has been drawn on the back of it. A couple of the other billboards also have art from the Goblin's crane lair on the back of them. On what if mode, if you get to the top of the building, you normally go straight through. The chopper pilot says, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." Is there an Apocalypse Now fan in the Neversoft office? Perfect Light informs me that if you take out all the policemen on the level and then go back to the billboard at the start of the level, it will change to read Deluxe, which is the code for Big Head mode. I can't get this to work, unfortunately. Can anyone confirm this? It would make sense. No changes, no changes. The Omnitech logo that can normally be seen on one of the buildings in the background has never been changed to the Neversoft logo. That's crazy. That's weird. That's wild. I can't believe they did that. When you go through the building, no longer a Roxxon oil building, chasing Venom, there's a whole new soundtrack, just as funny as the first one. Oh yeah, that's funny too. Going down and like apologizing to all the people, it's like going down and like you hear like, "Oh, sorry, madam," and so I guess there's a whole new soundtrack. When attacked by Venom, Spidey goes, "Stop, it tickles," or "Wait, do it again." Also, if you let Venom pull you closer with his webbing, you will hear him say, "Get back here," like in Mortal Kombat. The second time you encounter the Lizardmen, when the door shuts behind you and 4 Lizardmen come out, one of them is leaving an interesting trail behind him. Guess the lizard hasn't gotten them house trained yet. I thought that was just a thing that happened in the normal story too. That's not a what if thing, I don't think. The picture of the lizard that used to be on the walls of the subway stations you pass through has been replaced with the words "Rust Crust." I don't get it. I don't read comics, so if that's a comic reference, I don't get it. At the start of the level, right after Venom says, "Hang on, Parker, Mary Jane's at the next stop," there's a new speech from Venom. Pop quiz, hot shot. You're on the roof of a speeding subway train. Mutant lizards are attacking you, and your wife has been taken hostage. What do you do? What do you do? Someone's been watching Speed too much. There's a plastic duck floating around and quacking in the first pool you find on this level. The streams of water have been replaced by lava. Spidey quote, "Lava, how original." The lizard will not repeat instructions more than once. On the third time, "Listen, dude, I'm not telling you again." Spidey is still claiming Venom's tickling him. If your webbing hits one of the switches, Mary Jane yells at you, "The switch, you idiot, turn off the switch." The trapped hostage goes, "Game over, man, game over, and kill me." Jeez. Spidey says at the beginning of the level, "There is no spoon." This is a quote from The Matrix, just before Neo and Morpheus go down the elevator in the hotel. Spider-Man falls into the printing press. The pages will start coming out of the machine with little squash Spideys on them. That's crazy. I didn't know about that one. Excellent Matrix ripoff at the end when Spidey meets the imposter. There's a fish swimming around in Mysterio's head bowl. No, seriously, no, I remember that one. The Ark of the Covenant is hidden in one of the boxes in the starting warehouse. I vaguely remember this. It's crazy because, like, I know what it was at the time, but I can remember that clearly in my head. In the first warehouse, there's an official Marvel no prize box in the upper left-hand corner. When you encounter the first room, Spider-Man says something like, "Nice detailing, Gumwood, I like it." Annoying or what? A yellow submarine piloted by Captain Jennings challenges you to a race, promising to tell you a secret if you win. Tough race. If you beat him, he gives you a cheat code. I was given the code Strudel, which gave me unlimited webbing. It seems to be the same for other people, too. I do remember the yellow submarine race. That's crazy. Oh my god, they drug the black cat. She can't stop dancing until you turn the music off. The tops of the smokestacks have been turned into giant bananas just when Spidey's talking about bananas and tailpipes. You must face the fury of Mini-Ock. No. Also, the background is a little bit psychedelic, just a bit. And who is Dr. Love anyway? Not only is there a shark circling around the arena, but the Submariner is watching as well, Namor, or as Black Panther 2 would call him, Namor. If you look closely out of the window, you can see him standing on the back of the whale waving a trident. Make sure you get him fully in your view, and when you finish the game or level, he will be available to look at in the character list. Carnage's voice is even higher than before, and he says different things like, "I bet you weren't expecting that." Yeah. That's all the what if stuff. It's very silly. I thought it was worth mentioning. Um, I do like the differences that it added. What if mode shouldn't get its own review. However, when I review another Spider-Man game, there is an alternate but similar playthrough that kind of changes the story, but not really, but it does at the same time. And we'll talk about that eventually, whenever I replay that game. But you guys have a good one. Take care. Thank you for listening to my rambling on my favorite superhero of all time. All right, bye.